Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today's game for you, we've got Shivamon, which is like a new way to play green that shuts down your opponent's option cards, so that way they can't use their options during their turn. This is a pretty good, a decent counter to like security control, that sort of thing, so people can't use their removal options on your Digimon. Now we're going against Creepymon. Now if most of you probably think Creepymon's not the best or anything like that, but I'm hoping if you're here to watch this video, you're willing to give him a chance, because the combo, the loop with this card is insane. If you can pull this off, it's really hard to lose after you pull this combo off. It's literally that powerful. It's like Lilith Loop. It's like a new way to do Lilith Loop in Lilith Loop's prime, okay? Also, don't forget about our new memory marker this month. We've got Digimon here, so if you're playing some Imperial or some Armors, this is a perfect memory marker for that. This is handmade out of clay, hand-painted face as well by my wife. Super, super cute. You can find this on our Etsy store, link in the description below. Also there, you can find all of our previous memory markers that we've had on the channel, as well as some of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. Alright, so let's go ahead and kick this off. We've got Creepymon going first. They're going into Dimimera and then going on deletion Gabumon. So that's the draw 2, discard 1. It's all alt arts because that's just how Tabletop Simulator imports it. And then Evos for 2 into a promote. Very interesting to see the promote going down first. Alright, then we're going to have, this is going to be the starter deck Palmon that gives a plus 2,000, I believe, as an inheritable. And then going to Evo into one of the new ones. This is Exermon. When Digivolving, you may suspend one of your Digimon to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So this will help trigger your Shivamons, that sort of thing. Just kind of keep them in rotation. And then you're going to see the new green Pulsemon get hard played here. Has another inheritable of all turns. This Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP for each of your suspended Digimon. Other suspended Digimon. Alright, and then we're going to see the Cerberusmon. Go ahead and get Evo'd there in Raising. And then just going to hard play a Gazimon to pass turn. Very, very interesting. Definitely curious to see the kind of plays are going on here. And then we're going to see another Exermon come down. So for 2 Evo, that will go ahead and suspend one, and to suspend one of the opponents. The opponent could swing over then with the other Exermon over that Gazimon to help clear it. If they do so choose. Goes ahead and suspends it, but goes for Digizorption. This is the new Pistmon, so this is Digizorption -2. Normally a 3 Evo cost, so 1 Evo cost for this guy. And that's all he has, Digizorption 2, except for he has an inheritable of all turns. This Digimon gets 1,000 DP for each of your other suspended Digimon. So a lot of the same stuff going on here. And then we'll see that Shivamon. So he needed a way to get that Shivamon suspended. So again, like I was talking about in the beginning, but opponent's turn, while all of your Digimon are suspended, your opponent can't use option cards. So wasn't able to swing over that Gazimon, which is a little unfortunate. Going to Evo into a Troopmon. First time Troopmon probably ever seen the light of day in this game. For those who aren't aware, if you delete a Troopmon, you get to play a Troopmon for free from your hand. So if you really need to keep a level 4 on field, not a bad one, because your opponent probably doesn't want to delete it, because they don't want to risk just another Troopmon coming out and wasting resources on it. So Shivamon here going to unsuspend. So your turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your unsuspend phase, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So Shivamon just continuously like clearing the opponent's field, never even has to swing into security. So like I was saying, this is a fantastic counter to security control. Just being able to trash the security options and then prevent the opponent from even playing option cards. Yeah, it seems like a fantastic meta counter card here. Gonna have to swing into the into security though, because needs to get himself suspended. Thankfully, it doesn't hit into anything too scary. And we're gonna see a Izzy get played for 2. So this is if you suspend one of your opponents during your turn, you can suspend that Izzy to gain a memory. And then just going to pass turn with a green memory boost. So not a bad card, just because there's a mat on field as a memory fixer anyway. So you're not going to be able to choke your opponent. So revealing top 4, add any green Digimon they want. Definitely some good choices there. Decides to go with another one of the Exermons though. I guess they just need to keep suspending the opponent's stuff. They probably want to Evo it on top of the Palmon next turn and suspend the Troopmon possibly. Oh, but we're going to see a Lady Devi come down on top of that Troopmon. 3 Evo cost here to essentially draw 3, discard 2. So definitely a great card in purple. Set up that trash that it really likes to see. There we see the Werewolf come down into trash. That is so fundamental for this whole strategy. And then we see the Creepymon come down. So for those that are not aware, this is pretty crazy. So when digivolving, trash the top 2 cards of your deck for each of your opponent's Digimon in play. If you trash 4 or more cards with this effect, you can play a level 5 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So there we see the Werewolf come down, gets to use his on-play effect to pop the Cerberusmon. So gets to play the Werewolf for free, gaining 9 memory off that pop. Now, you could argue they could have swung with the Cerberusmon first, but they would have had to swing into security because both the Blossomon and the Shivamon are DP buffed right now. Because of all their inheritables, they're getting all those 1000 DP buffs, so Werewolf could not swing in. It looks like they're going to discard a mat there. Since they've all got one on field. And then we're going to see another Cerberus get trashed. And then goes into a Zwart for 6. So that's like the perfect setup. You got to have a memory fixer there to go into the Creepymon, bring out the werewolf mode, and gain that memory. So pretty crazy stuff there. So yeah, we'll see the Zwart go ahead and mill 3, and then gets to play out those 2 level 5s. You cannot bring out the werewolf mode, though. It's too high cost. So the Zwart will go ahead and swing here, returns the Creepymon hand just to have it, but swings over with that 15,000 DP buff to get over the Shivamon, because the Shivamon was buffed. And now the werewolf mode can go ahead and swing over that Blossomon that's no longer buffed. And now they decide to go ahead and swing with the Promote with Rush, just to go ahead and get that extra security check. Hits into a Shivamon. So good thing they didn't swing with that Cerberusmon at the security, because they would have hit that Shivamon. And then not been able to do the combo at all. So it was more important to get the combo off, I think, than it was to get an extra risk an extra check with the Cerberus. Here, they go ahead and pop the green memory boost a little early. There was literally no reason to do this. Because they go into the Rapidmon for 4 Evo, but because of the Izzy, they actually gain 1 memory back anyways. So they keep it on their turn. It gets a minus 5,000 DP, which is not quite enough to kill the Cerberus, but does lower them both enough that they can now swing over it. And then drawing for the Pikmon as well there, because it tacked into an opponent's Digimon. And then going to play the green memory boost to pass turn. So this is what I was saying. There's no need to play the green memory boost earlier. So we will go ahead and retroactively fix that and put it back into play. Just because like you just see it and you want to play it sometimes, and it actually doesn't actually affect it. Forgetting that they had the Izzy on field anyways to gain them memory. So reveal top 4 here. Lots of Terriermons. That green Terriermon actually combos really nicely with the Rapidmon. One of the few times that we actually get to see Rapidmon used as intended with a Terriermon. Now, if they made a yellow Terriermon, absolutely would be running that in more yellow builds, I think. All right, and then just double checking that memory that it was accurate. That no need to pop it, because they would have been at 0 when they played the green one. So just because it made no sense. All right, and then passing turn back here, we got another Demimera, which really works with that on deletion, especially if you go all the way up into a Cerberusmon. So probably see the Zwart swing over the Rapid. Yeah, so go ahead and keep clearing that field. You don't want them to get any more checks or get into a second Shivamon. That's just not what you want to see happen. So a little bit of control there. No harm in it for sure. Does armor release, so has to use the Cerberusmon then to kill the Palmon. Yeah, reaches for the security. No. I don't need you going into a second Rapidmon here. So uses 2 swings basically to take out a single Digimon. I mean, that's pretty good value in that armor, I would say. Ghazi and Raising, and then playing the Analog Youth here. Probably should have Analog Youth first, I would say. Yeah, definitely should have Analog Youth first, because they could have evoed that Ghazi in the Raising area instead. Trashing a win rate 50% or 60% though. That probably feels kind of bad. just because I'm sure they don't play many of those, and they're really nice cards to have. And then goes into Promote in Raising Area again. Very familiar of that first turn. But they do have the 2 memory boost here, so even getting choked at 1, it's not like too impactful. Like they can play around it. And then the Gazimon's been evoed on top of, it's not going to be stopping that. Yeah, definitely think maybe even hard playing that Gazimon to pass turn would have been a better call, maybe. But they do use one of those memory boosts here to evo for 2 into another Exermon. Doesn't get that when Digivolving effect. And also going to go into a Pistmon here and for... and with a memory fixer on field. Like, very desperate plays here for sure. That's got to feel bad. Because that's, the Digisorption and the Wood Digivolving, like, they've missed out on a lot of really key important pieces there. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and swing in here. Ooh, hits into a memory fixer. That is definitely not what you want to see. Not when you've been successfully controlling them this whole game. Goes and swings with the Cerberusmon. Hits into another Terriermon. We've seen all those Terriermons getting hit so far. Going to go ahead and evo into another Cerberusmon here for 3. Get that draw. Maybe we'll see a werewolf mode come down here. Probably not a bad play. Get some more draws. No, just passes turn. Wow. Okay. So that big momentum that we saw is starting to fizzle out. Very interesting. Kind of a surprise. No Creepymon because your opponent has to have basically two Digimon on field. If your opponent doesn't have 2 Digimon on field, the Creepymon just kind of turns into a dud. So that's got to be mindful of that. So, plays a new card. Got to pull that up right quick. I believe this one searches the top of the deck. So yeah, 4 play cost main, you may suspend this Digimon to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 green Digimon card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So yeah, it's just a searcher for like anything green. And it's a main, so it's not like a Wind Digivolving or anything like that. Oh no, but we see the Nidhogg. Oh, and the whole field is suspended, and they have a level 5 in play. That's not what Creepymon wants to see. That's going to be huge. Bottom decking 2 Cerberusmons. Ouch. I'm not even sure if they have any in trash right now. And bottom decking a Zwart as well. Passing them a ton of memory, which at least they'll be able to maybe do something with that. But nothing in raising area. Oh man, so close. Got him down to 1 security, but green about to make a huge comeback here, it looks like. So goes ahead and passes it back to them. I guess it kind of depends on how fast green can push for game before purple can get into something here. I mean, literally, Joe, just a rookie in raising area and a body on field kind of might seal the deal, though, because I don't think green can put out enough in 1 turn. They would have to clear whatever gets hard played here. So yeah, we're going to see the Kinkakumon. Oh, Jack Raid. No Shivamon finally on field to stop it anymore, so it can actually get those Jack Raids off. And then, just evos into a werewolf mode. Must be just desperately trying to draw something. With that hand, though, they should have, I would think, anything they need. Oh, but has a Troopmon. Okay. Finally, we see this. What, is that the second Troopmon that we've seen? So wants to play that, so that way if it does get deleted here, they can just play out another Troopmon and still have the 2 bodies. So one to hit the security and another one to swing for game with. So that's probably why they've waited so long to go into a second Troopmon here. All right, we do see the Mimi come out and go ahead and promote up that Terriermon. That is a lot of bodies on field, though. Ooh, Rapidmon, though, coming in clutch on top of the Terriermon, so reduced Evo. And gets a memory back because of the Izzy. So essentially a 2 Evo cost Rapidmon. Does clear the Troopmon though. So moment of truth though. Is there another Troopmon in hand? And there is. So put in that work to clear it. And instantly that's the whole reason. Oh god. And the punish there with the Jack Raid. Man, that feels bad. Passes turn back to them. I mean, even without the Jack Raid though, they couldn't have cleared the whole. I mean, they could have cleared the whole security, but they couldn't have taken the game. I don't think. I don't see any plays there. No hybrids for any of those tamers. Ooh, hits into the new option though. Oh man, I gotta pull that up. I think it's just the security effect though. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or tamers. So stops The werewolf for being able to swing in for game. That was clutch security. Oh, but goes into a Creepymon. There are finally more 2 or more cards on field. Has to trash 6 cards from the deck. 6 cards from the deck, gets to play out anything level 5 or lower. Now Creepymon is suspended, so you've got to bring out, are all the werewolves in the bottom of the deck? Or are there any in trash? Oh, but has the promote. Brings out the promote with Rush to swing for a game very ended. With 1 card left in deck, it was the Zwart that got bottom decked off the Nidhogg. Literally 1 card left in deck. Ouch. Wow. What a, nail biter of a game there at the very, very end. Super, super close. All right, and then first up, we've got the Shivamon deck for you here. The Pinamon just giving you those draws by swinging over your opponent's Digimon because, you want to, basically with the Shivamon, you want to just attack your opponent's Digimon and keep their fields cleared. So you've got lots of stuff that suspends your opponent's field between the option card there as well as the Exermon. So we're suspending the opponent's field and then swinging over with the Shivamon. The Shivamon repeatedly supposed to unsuspend and keep clearing the security for free for you. And so that's just kind of a lot what we got going on here, as well as Rapidmon. Rapidmon also suspends the opponent's Digimon, as well as just a great card. Rapidmon being one of the best cards, I think, in all of BT8. Just that nice board clear that it has. In a deck with Carriermon, that is fantastic. So it can actually get that nice 3 Evo, which it doesn't get in a lot of the other decks that are running it. And then as we saw in combination with the Izzy, suspending an Izzy and gaining a memory back there as well, makes it a 2 Evo cost Rapidmon. That's very nice. Kind of the same thing with the Exermons here. So 2 Evo cost, suspend one of the opponent's Digimon and one of your own. You can make that a 1 Evo cost if you want to think about it like that. That's why we see so many of the Izzies here. It's because there's so much in this deck that suspends the opponent's Digimon that it actually works out pretty nicely with this Izzy. I think it might still be a little too much. I think you might want 1 more Mimi, though. A 3-3 split feels a little bit better, I think, overall. The level 5s here, a lot of level 5s. So we got 9 level 5s and only 5 level 6s. Kind of an interesting ratios here. We'll have a deck profile later this week, though, and we'll come back and take a look at this one again. But that Nidhogg definitely coming in clutch, though, for sure. All right, and then here we see the Creepymon. This is literally just from my own head, something that I just came up with that seems really great. I've seen the really cool combos with Creepymon. We saw it there in action, full swing of how it works. The Troopmon is just one of my own techs that I just thought was fantastic because you want to have the Cerberus and Raising protected. And then you want to start your turn at 3 memory, go into a Lady Devi. Lady Devi ditches the werewolf mode, and then you go and for 3 Evo, and then you go into Creepymon for another 3 Evo. Bring back the werewolf mode to put you back up to 6 memory, and then you can go Zwart for 6 memory, put you back down to 0. But it's such a linchpin on your level 4 surviving. So you need a level 4 that your opponent doesn't want to delete. So you could also argue Eismon. Eismon's another 4 cost that your opponent doesn't really want to delete. You could put that in here. But the Troopmon was just, if it does get deleted, I can just replace it. So even if the opponent take the bluff, I can still replace it. If they still want to delete it, I can just replace it with another Troopmon. In theory, that's how the theory works once you have the setup. And so once you have that setup, then you're just golden, and Troopmon's was felt like the best level 4 for that. So we'll do a full walkthrough of the deck later this week, though. Might make a few changes, though, just after seeing more and more testing of how it worked out, where some short fallings were. Particularly, Creepymon becomes a dead card if your opponent doesn't have 2 or more. So if they play around that and they only ever keep 1 body on field, Creepymon basically becomes a dud. So you kind of need a backup plan in this deck, and so that's what we're going to focus in on the deck profile later this week.